match all lads. What's that, man?
Lindt Excellence. Luxurious dark chocolate in a thin masterpiece.
Good. Hey, let's go!
Let's do this.
Not again.
Can you keep it up? What are the newest shapes?
What are you gonna do with this information?
Is Superman circumcised?
Are dentists more afraid of you?
No. In fact, this one killed a lion.
Hot hands and feet.
Is this salt or sugar?
Is what?
Salt or sugar?
Sistine Chapel, how old Michelangelo?
33?
Moon landing, how old Neil Armstrong?
38?
Became president, how old Barack Obama?
47.
Still got 3 years.
Upload these photos of my nephew?
You know, you might consider uploading these to Google Plus. It's a lot like Facebook meets Google. It's really starting to take off.
Oh, great. Mm-hmm. I'll check it out.
Can kangaroo be milk?
Is it your or your?
In what context? Not only is it awesome, but it's also free for you and for all your friends.
I just want to watch Minecraft videos.
Who else is British?
Sensitive tongue?
Climate change is not real.
Climate change is real.
Climate change is not real.
Fine.
Thank you.
Get out of here.
Anna Kendrick boyfriend?
You really think you have a chance?
Sweating behind the ears.
If you're worried, go see a doctor.
Is Left Shark still funny?
Is the internet working?
I want you to think about this for a second.
Do a barrel roll.
No, don't type that down. No, why would you type that? Grab onto something.
Hot hands and feet, Catherine.
Hey guys, Sam here. I'm going to talk to you about College Humor, the YouTube channel and comedy empire. It's really just the people you see here. This is TJ. He does VFX. I started running College Humor's video team 10 years ago when I looked like this. Gross. Those were the weirder, humbler days of the internet. Remember Yvonne's World? And action. Making internet videos is challenging, mostly because it pays Dick, and Dick doesn't pay for internet videos.
I don't understand. The script calls for a knight, castle, and a dragon.
You settle for me, the conference room, and my dog.
I can't say no to that. Sure, we get advertisers on College Humor, but advertisers rarely want to make the same stuff we do. Like, for instance, a new season of Troopers.
I've returned to destroy your planet.
Instead, they want to make branded content.
With a blast of flavor from Chomsky's potato chips. Now eat the chips.
I can't eat through the mask.
That's why we got into TV, to make bigger, better shows. But on TV, we answer to the networks, and the networks answer to, you guessed it, Chomsky's potato chips. So we can't make anything as R-rated as, say, Precious Plot.
So he's saying TV ain't wise?
Fuck a bang.
I can't say that. We suggest eat a bag of Chomsky's, that is.
Hey, don't be a sellout.
Nowadays, many of our YouTube videos are deemed controversial and don't make any money. Controversial can mean anything as small as, say, implied nudity.
For the record, he is completely naked. Well, script called for it.
Actually called for implied nudity.
We're already here.
Didn't you Uber here, by the way?
We'll blur it on the day.
Which is why you didn't need to be naked.
So what do we do? How do we produce the shows we want and you want without watering them down for advertisers or networks? The answer is by going straight to you. Today we're announcing Dropout, our new subscription service. With Dropout, you'll get access to new, bigger, better, longer, uncensored shows from the people behind College Humor.
Ah! Faster, minions! Faster!
No, it's upside down. Too hard. Too easy.
It's like Netflix, but worse. And cheaper. Look, I get it. A lot of you aren't going to want to pay for this, and that's fine. We'll still be releasing all of the free videos we normally do. In fact, we'll be releasing many free episodes of our new shows, for instance. So this should be a win-win for everyone. But for those of you who do subscribe, we'll be working tirelessly to make it worth your while. And we'll be doing that with shows from this guy, and that guy, and her, and him, and this guy, and I don't know who this is, and digital comics, and funny chat stories, and Chomsky's. Get out of here!
You can leave the chips though. Yeah. Jesus, man. Hug me. It's my stain.
Thing will not.
Actually, and I hate that I know this, they've got a real good, like, face.
Nat 20.
Who's the coolest guy in the world?
I am.
Do I have to do the whole thing?
You look like American Psycho.
Tattoo of genital sores and cuts.
Oh,
Jesus.
Well, that's just awesome.
What's the best kept secret to becoming a great singer? I'm going to answer that question in 30 seconds. Let's start that clock. Hi. If you don't know who I am, my name's Aaron Anastasi. I'm the founder of Superior Singing Method. Got over 400,000 subscribers to my YouTube channel, 35 million views. I've taught over 20,000 students in 100 different countries through my Superior Singing Method program, and I'm going to teach you how to sing better too right now. And what better location than the iconic Hollywood Bowl, where everyone from Diana Ross to Pharrell to Bugs Bunny has played. So let's get started. Oh, that's been about 30 seconds. I'm a man of my word, so let me answer that question. What's the best kept secret to becoming a great singer? Here it is. It's that you don't have to be born with talent in order to become a great singer. You don't have to be born a great singer in order to become a great singer. It's more about muscle than it is about talent. And let me explain what I mean by that. Your vocal tract, which is everything in, your throat, your pharynx, and all of your mouth, and everything in there, it's all called like your vocal tract. There's a bunch of micro muscles all throughout that, and if you strengthen those micro muscles in the right way, with the right exercises, you can become a great singer, whether you're born with talent or not born with talent. I don't think it matters, because like I said, it's more about muscle than it is about talent. So what I want to do is I want to give you one of my favorite vocal exercises. That's going to be one of these right exercises that I'm talking about. It's going to help you work these muscles. Oh, but don't let me forget, at the end of this video, I've got a free gift for you, and you're going to love it. I just created it. It's going to help you so much, and I'm super excited about that. But I want to get to this exercise first, because we're going to help you become a better singer right here and right now. So this exercise is called goose, okay? It's a goose. And what I like about this exercise is it's a very safe exercise. You can do it at any time, anywhere. It doesn't make a lot of sound or noise, but also protects your voice. You can do it for a long period of time and not wear your voice out or damage your voice. And also the good sound is going to not only build the muscles that you need to build, but it also acts as kind of a launching pad for you, almost like a sprinter launching off a launching pad. Okay, you ready? Here we go. It's goose, and I'm going to demo it first. Goo, 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 goo. Pretty simple, right? And you can do it at different points of your range. I just started there because that's about the middle of my range. But let's go ahead and do it together. Here we go. Goo, 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 goo. You know what the problem is here? You're not...
Loading is so annoying. Okay, remember when GTA 5 was coming out? The hype for that game was unreal. Every trailer would get tens of millions of views, and some people made 25-minute videos analyzing these 4-minute trailers with in-depth and thought-provoking analysis such as building on top of the mountain. What? Anyway, I remember first getting my hands on that GTA 5 disc, slapping that thing in my PlayStation, and starting it up, thinking of all the family-friendly fun I was gonna have in just the next few seconds. And then boom, 8GB install, big old loading screen. 1 out of 10. Now, of course, in this case, loading wasn't actually the problem. And this is true in general. I understand that things need to download and upload and reload and in stall. But the real problem is how the loading process is represented. And this is done in a number of ways. You've got the hourglass, the ring thing, you've got the origami, and most notably, you've got the loading bar. Now, the loading bar, in theory, is the most useful. Typically, you have an ETA telling you the minutes remaining, a bit to tell you the percentage, and of course, the actual progress bar. It's perfect. I mean, look, you've got everything you need to know about your download in a nice, neat little package. At least it's better than a forever spinning ring, which tells you absolutely freaking nothing. The hourglass one is almost good. You know, you've got the sand going down to the bottom and you're like, oh boy, it's nearly finished, just a few more seconds. The last grain of sand drops, and then it flips over. Like, why would you? So yeah, the loading bar is the best option, which is why you would hope it'd be less crap. There were so many times when I'll be loading something and it reaches 100% with the progress bar full, and then it just stays there. It still says loading, and I'm like, why? What are you still loading? It says 100%. The ETA doesn't even say 0 seconds. It has disappeared completely, and it stays that way for as long as it likes before opening up your program. I mean, if it was just gonna open up whenever it wanted to, then it might as well have been the ring, or even this. What? This is just confusing. And have you ever been transferring something and the ETA starts off at 17 minutes remaining, then 2 minutes remaining, then 60 minutes remaining, before finally settling at 4 minutes remaining, and you're like, cool, so you go away, come back 2 minutes later, and it's still saying 4 minutes remaining. So either A, you behold the ability to freeze time, or B, the loading bar is a freaking liar. Sometimes the ETA will be saying 40 seconds left, and they'll just jump to 0 seconds because your download suddenly became complete. I mean, I know the E stands for estimated, but if you're gonna be that off, why even bother? You know one thing I absolutely love though? When I'm downloading a game with a huge file size so it's going really slowly, and by that I mean so slowly that I have to leave my cursor on the progress bar for a minute just to verify that it's actually moving. But you know, I'm excited, so I wait, and maybe even leave it downloading overnight. About 37 hours later, the download finally reaches 100%, the ETA is 0, the progress bar is full, and I cannot wait any longer. I click finish, the loading bar goes away, a new one appears installing 0 of 100%. Yeah, that? I love that.
Esso Synergy Supreme Plus 特級汽油保護座駕引擎，令駕駛感覺一路如新。
Hey guys, you'll never believe where I spent 420. No, not in there. In here. Used video games And they have a Mario Kart Wii tournament going on today, with the first place prize being store credit. In the past, they have held several Smash Bros. Tournaments and older Mario Kart tournaments, which I heard that a bunch of people showed up for, of all ages. This is gonna be my first time going to one. It's gonna be fun, right? Only 6 people showed up, and a dog. Good doggo. And the people who signed up was either a teen, little kid, or female. So I was probably the oldest one there. What a great look. My friend wanted to come, but his job in a large retail store wouldn't let him off because he was busy that day for some reason. Anyway, the tournament. They have 4 Wiimotes, 1 nunchuck, and 2 GameCube controllers. First round, Moo Moo Meadows. My opponent wanted the nunchuck, which I was planning on using, so I just went with tilt controls. Now, let me tell you, I was using tilt controls back then when I was playing Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 8 because I felt like it was just more fun. I stopped using them when Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out due to the sideways Joy-Cons being too small. GameCube controllers can suck my ass. I also haven't played Mario Kart Wii in a long time, but I did practice several times before the event, using a combination of the Wiimote and nunchuck, and just the Wiimote itself with tilt controls. 3, 2, 1. And my opponent burns out. After that, I was thinking, maybe I should have put I was a pro instead of an intermediate. I also probably never needed to practice. At least I was giving myself a handicap with the tilt controls. Nothing much happens in this race, but just look at how I vibrate when trying to avoid a POW block. I come in first place, and he comes in second. We shake hands, and I thought the round was over. Since only 6 people signed up, we had to do 4 races each round to make the event last longer. It's kind of like trying to stretch a YouTube video past the 10-minute mark. Second race, Yoshi Falls. Hopefully, it's not literal. Look at those draft skills. I come in first, and he comes in second, again. Third race, Coconut Mall, which is both our favorite track. Unfortunately, I accidentally went up the down escalator like an old person. Luckily, he does too. Once again, I come in first, and he comes in second. Here my hand starts to cramp up because the Wii Remote didn't have a jacket on it. Plus, I was using manual drifting. Fourth race, Shy Guy Beach, where things took a turn for the worse for me. I was leading until I couldn't avoid a POW block, no matter how hard I vibrated. Then we both hit Mr. Krabs, I drove into a bomb blast, and thanks to the tilt controls, I fell into the sea. Lakitu is so goddamn slow in this. Game. My opponent comes in 4th, and I come in 7th. But I still won that round. Yes! Beating a 13-year-old. We gave up our controllers and let the next 2 opponents race each other. Now, when we were racing, he told me about all the stuff he would buy if he won the store credit, so I felt bad for crushing him. I told him to show me what he would buy, and I bought everything he wanted for him. What's funny is that he watched my videos, but he didn't recognize me until I told him my username. Next round. This time, I was up against a female, and I didn't know her age. She chose a GameCube controller, and I stuck with tilt controls. And I was a bit more cocky about it, thinking of the clickbait title I could come up with for this video. We kinda had a small fight for Yoshi. I won, but I did offer to change characters, but she just went with Luigi. My preferred kart is the Mac bike. Uh-oh, she chose automatic drifting, so I was probably racing a beginner. I was being really cocky with tilt controls now. Wait, look at the Wii Remote. They were planning to sell it? And for $20? No thanks. First race, Mushroom Gorge. Damn, was I having a seizure? I come in first, and she comes in second. Second race, DK Summit. I remembered that there was an easy shortcut that could get you pretty far ahead, so I tried it. And yes! Nailed it! Hopefully, it wasn't against the rules, but the judge wasn't looking, so I tried to do it again. But I failed miserably. Luckily, my opponent fell in the same spot, but I don't think she was trying to do the shortcut. Ugh, that doesn't look right. Third lap, and I wanted to play it safe, so I didn't attempt the shortcut. And my opponent fell down there again. I come in first, and she comes in second. Notice a pattern? Third race, Delfino Square. It was going great until the blue shell, and after my opponent comes in first, I get hit by another one, adding insult to injury, which makes me finish in third place behind a computer player. Fourth race, Ghost Valley 2. Just look at how much sun is in the room, and combined with a really dark stage, it must be a recipe for disaster. It was for my opponent, who fell off twice, but I did alright, coming in second place behind a computer player, and my opponent came in fourth. With that round done, I won it again. But that's not important. What's important is that I played a game with a girl, making me better than Ninja. We turned in our controllers and let two little kids battle it out to see who will be in the final round. Here's the final round, and there's gonna be 4 people competing at once. And the 2 opponents I beat are also in it. That's what happens when only 6 people signed up for this tournament. What is that dog doing? We get it. You are using tilt controls. But the girl is also using tilt controls, so I'm not special this time. And my other opponents are using GameCube controllers. Another fight breaks out for Yoshi. I won again, cause my cursor was already on Yoshi. Half automatic and half manual drifting. First, final race, Toad's Factory. Wow, this is gonna be fun. Playing on a tiny section of the screen at a reduced frame rate. And there's a head blocking my section. I'll try my best to describe what's going on. Also, I told the guy I bought the stuff for to not go easy on me, so I could win fair and square. Once again, things were going so good until the blue shell comes. And the girl, who's also using tilt controls, isn't doing well too. I get hit with more garbage, and I finish in 10th place. At this point, I was stressing, worried that I couldn't say I won in the title of this video, and would have to clickbait. Second final race, Wario's Gold Mine. Still stressing, I burn out. Great start. But that was kinda lucky, cause the first item I got was a bullet bill. And with 0 effort, I plowed through to first place and stayed there for a while. The other tilt control user wasn't so lucky, as she kept falling off. I counted 5 times. This just proves using tilt controls require more skills. I finished behind a computer player in second place. Huge improvement. Looks like the girl using tilt controls wants to use the nunchuck now. I was happy because I was special again. Third final race, Mario Raceway. Unfortunately, the game told the girl no and forced her back on tilt controls. Looks like the dog is trying to attack the GameCube controller wires. Good doggo. Bad blue shell. Oh, awesome. I would have come in second if a shell didn't hit me 2 feet from the finish line. I came in fourth, beat by the other tilt control user, who got first this time, and a GameCube controller user. Okay, I wasn't doing well in this round, and it comes down to this final race. Waluigi Stadium. I thought I was screwed because I got destroyed when I was practicing this track. So, I put all my focus on my section of the screen, determined to be able to use the title of Chad Wins Mario Kart Tournament with Tilt Controls. I think I focused too much because I got so far away that a blue shell didn't even affect my position. Then I was a mile away from everyone else. First place. Yes! First place! It would have been cooler to win with someone right behind me though. I gotta get a thumbnail shot. Perfect. I placed third place in the round behind computer players. Was that enough to win the tournament?
So you're gonna clear first and second winner? First, second.
Yes! Second place. Yes, it was. Chad Wins Mario Kart Tournament with tilt controls. If you think of me as a Chad for beating a teenager, a little kid, and a female in a 6-person tournament. Whatever. I received my prize, and I awkwardly put out my hand for a shake. Beautiful envelope. How much store credit did I win? A whole $25. But there's someone else who was more deserving of this prize. the person who was filming me. If you think I was too generous in this video, we all know the video's gonna make more. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye! The moral of this is that you can make some easy money by going to a Mario Kart Wii tournament, because apparently everyone hates that one. Or maybe people not showing up had to do with the day that tournament was held.
有好嘢 share， 點可以冇靚湯底襯先？史雲生嚴選靚雞精煮牛製，用靚湯底襯正配料，仲有選用歐洲豬骨熬製嘅豬骨湯，打邊爐更滋味。
Hey guys, this video is a sequel to How to Have a Bad Day. So, if you like negativity and seeing bad things happen to me, go watch that instead. So, a lot of good things must have happened in one day for me to make this video. And you're correct. So this is How to Have a Good Day. To set the context of what this day happened, it happened the day after I picked up my Tesla. And when you get a new car, you definitely want to take it out right away. So, I drove it out to Goodwill. And when I went to the shelf of video games, I found this. Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door for the GameCube. Super Mario Sunshine for the GameCube. Super Mario Galaxy 2 for the Wii. And Mario Party 8 for the Wii. And then that was when I thought I was gonna have a bad day. Because I already bought Mario Party 8 for the Wii. And I paid a high price for it at GameStop. I have been searching for Mario Party 8 for the Wii for a long time, but I couldn't find it at a cheap price, so I just gave up and paid a big price for it at GameStop.
Alexander Arnold.
$199 at GameStop with a power-up Elite membership. It's not my membership. Shout out to my friend for letting me use his membership. And less than a week later from when I bought it, I find it at a Goodwill for $2.99, and that goes for all the games. But luckily, since it's less than a week from when I bought it, I can still return it. But I already took off the GameStop tag off. But then I called them, and they said yes, they can still take the return, even without the tag. They just needed the receipt, which I still had. The only reason I kept the receipt was to remind myself how disgusting I am for spending that much money on a used Wii game. So knowing I should return the Mario Party 8 from GameStop, I decided to buy all these games for $2.99 at Goodwill. They also had Super Paper Mario at Goodwill, but I decided to leave that on the shelf because I already had a copy, so someone else could have a good day. $12 for all these games? Yes, please. I'm keeping the Goodwill receipt in here to have a memento from that. And yes, these all work. Take a look. So knowing that I could return Mario Party 8 I got from GameStop, I decided to head there. But first, I had to stop at Best Buy for something. If you don't know, Teslas have built-in dash cams. And all you need for them to work is a thumb drive for sending videos to. So, I decided to stop at Best Buy first for a thumb drive, which is where good thing number 2 happened. And I decided to get the iXpand flash drive by SanDisk, because it has a lightning port. So, if someone, or most likely myself, causes an accident, I can see what happened on the road on my phone. The price for it at Best Buy was $34.99, and when I checked Amazon, the price of the product was $10 cheaper, so I could price match it. But disaster struck at checkout when the cashier noticed that the Amazon item model number didn't match Best Buy's. For some reason, even though I'm pretty sure they're the exact same product. And then they called the manager just looked at the numbers and just said, it's only $10, just give them the discount. And they did! Yes! I'll admit that's a small victory, but still a victory nonetheless. Now on to GameStop to return my first first copy of Mario Party 8, where the thing that happened that inspired me to make this video happened. So, I go in with the copy I bought from them and ask to return it. And they said, no problem, but why are you returning it? I told him it's because I found a copy at Goodwill for $3. And he goes, well, if it's only $3, there must be something wrong with it. I'm happy to report